I heard you say, meet you in the long grass. Something good at long last. And we're away next to
Scorpio, 2016 has some serious wonder, magic and joy for you. I think it could be one of your best years of all time. Certainly for the first few months, you leap into 2016 feeling transformed, energized and just full of excitement. This year you can break through a lot of things. Now let's kick off with the beginning. On January the 3rd, Mars, who is your previous ruler and dear friend, is entering your sign. Now, for all of this, I'm going to give you some of the key dates of this year. And then, of course, listen to my weekly and monthly astrology to get all the meat and all the juice about what's going to happen. But these dates are to give you a kind of signpost for what to expect in 2016. So to start off with, Mars going into your sign is such an incredibly good omen. It excites you, it fills you with the drive to leap in with kind of expectation and excitement. And on top of that, on February the 1st, it's sextile Pluto, your ruler. How exciting is that? And Pluto is in your position of communication. So you're being urged to understand the power of your words and also the power of someone else's words around that time. Now, if that wasn't enough, on the 5th, Venus, the planet of love, is in a very, very perky position indeed. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to bring soulmates. I'm going to bring creativity. I'm going to bring happiness. And that's conjunct Pluto, your ruler. But now, as you are aware, Pluto is all about transformation. And you're being urged to transform the way you experience these things and also to communicate in a slightly different way. On the 8th, there's a new moon and it's the Chinese New Year of the fire monkey. And you are feeling quite playful, but you want those close to you around you. You're very loyal to those people that you hold dear in your heart and you're feeling the need to kind of cozy up around that time. On March the 8th, there's a new super moon. And it's bringing you a new chapter of playfulness, creativity and joy. And also, the whole of this year is about you connecting to people on a soul level. You may meet people that you feel just this infinite connection with. You may meet new lovers, new friends, but there's a certain childlike joy to the whole process. Now, on April the 13th, it's a very important day for all of us. If you include Vesta, there is a Star of David going on. And the Star of David it's just like it's like a Star of David forming in the sky, and it's like a very magical experience. It helps shift our energy, it changes our vibration, it raises our consciousness. And Vesta is a mixture really of Scorpio and Virgo. So it's very much got your vibe, but it's teaching you to balance and also to deal with commitment issues. Within this Star of David, Mercury's in your position of relationship. So I would imagine whatever amazing transformation is coming for you, whatever lessons, whatever magical experiences are connected to relationships. And on top of that, Juno within that Star of David is in your sign. So it's action-packed and full on. And it's just, crucial for you to just open your arms up on April 13th to go, come on, bring it to me, baby. I'm ready for my consciousness to shift. On the 13th, also, there's a mystic rectangle. I do love a mystic rectangle. I find them enticing and exciting. And this one for you is about adventuring and collaborating. So, there's a lot going on in mid-April, but you've already got the optimism and the joy and the excitement. And even if you have challenges or negative things happen, you're in a much better space in your heart and soul. On the 17th, though, Mars does go retrograde, but it goes into your second house. So there are things that you have to deal with connected to your finances, connected to the past. So that may feel a bit like, oh, suddenly someone's put the brakes on. We then have on the 18th of, April, Pluto is going retrograde as well. So that is a double whammy. Conversations in the past to sort out, issues to do with finances and your energy. But you know what? You can do it. You've been going ahead for the rest of the year really quickly. Just nip back and do what you got to do. On the 22nd, there's a full moon in your sign. So you're able actually to have insight and a dream or a synchronicity to show you the way forward in those two areas. And on the 29th, more good news as Venus enters your position of relationships. It's all about relationships this year in many, many ways. The new supermoon on May the 6th is in your position of relationships as well. So come on, that says it all. And on the 27th, Mars retrograde re-enters your sign. So there's lots of shifts in your energy, but don't worry, because on June the 29th, Mars goes direct, and there we are. Your foot is on the pedal again, and you are careering forward, but in a way that seems jolly and lively and creative and gay. On September the 9th, Jupiter is making a big change for all of us, and it's very, very significant. And for you, it's going into your position of your spirituality, your idealism, your dreams, romantic things, soulmates, spiritual connections. But, you know, it is also the energy of illusion, but I wouldn't worry about that because Jupiter is there. If somebody's not being honest with you, Jupiter will reveal it. Jupiter is also saying to you, it's time to expand your awareness and be true to the true wisdom that you have within. You can't ignore, you know, your insights, your spirituality, your blossoming consciousness. On the 16th of September, there's another great moon for you, and this moon is a full moon in your position of soulmates, fun and creativity again. So you're like really tuning in to your bliss, and if you're not, or you're doing anything negative to sabotage yourself, then this full moon will literally give you a dream or a conversation or a synchronicity that will make you go, wow, that's what's blocking me, because it should be quite a joyful day. On October the 6th, Venus is conjunct Lilith, the dark goddess, in your sign. So that's very, very intense. You're having to, again, be true to yourself, to look at your shadow side, to own your stuff. If you do things that are manipulative or self-destructive, everybody does to a certain extent, but whatever your shadow side is, it's coming to the surface in terms of relationships. But it could also be a very, very interesting day when it comes to love. Venus is conjunct Juno on the 11th of October. By the way, I'm whizzing through these dates, so do check at the bottom, either if you're on YouTube, check just beneath and it gives you all the dates in detail, just in case I've got anything wrong because I'm in a bit of a hurry. Or go onto my website where not only do you get the dates, you get a full written thing about your yearly astrology, and that's horoscope.co.uk. Anyway, where was I? On the 20th of October, we have Mars and Pluto conjunct, and that gives real power to your voice. But if you're not careful, you could have a massive argument with someone that day. You are, you know, if something's made you angry, you'll be like, rah, and really expressing what you think in no uncertain terms. There's also a Cardinal Grand Cross on the 22nd, which is, interestingly, Mercury in your position of kind of dreams and idealism and illusion versus your sense of reality and maybe even the cynical side of yourself. So you're wrestling with maybe existential things around that time. On the 23rd of October, of course, the sun is going into your sign, and again, you're on a high and you're feeling good. Mercury enters on the 25th. Great time for communicating. We've got a new moon in your sign on the 30th of October, and that is a new beginning for you again, a start of a new cycle. You're recreating yourself from that day, and you're stepping in, you know, but it's, you know, let's face it, hopefully this year is going to be so good it won't feel like there's too many things that you want to shed. On November the 14th, there's a super full moon in your position of relationships. Great insight into relationships. And on the 25th of November, Venus is conjunct Pluto, exact in your position of communication. A very important conversation could take place then. Finally, on December the 18th, there is a magical pentagram. And, you know, it can bring many different things, but I think for you, it's sorting out your career, your finances, and you're putting some of that good fortune and your hopefully stronger sense of self and more confident self into stirring up some magic when it comes to the practical things for the following year. Take care. I send you so much love, and I'll speak to you soon. If you like this, please come to my website where there's thousands of articles from psychic to soulmate and lots of free tarot readings, www.michelleknight.com. And for all the written astrology of this month, week, or even day, go to horoscope.co.uk. Take care.